All right, welcome back to the channel, viewers. Decided to make a video here because one of the questions I get asked is where is the governor on a turbo 400 transmission? And 2, how do I remove it? And 3, how do I know if it's working or not? Well, we'll get to that in a second. The main question to why you have to remove the governor is my turbo 400 transmission will not shift out of low gear. It won't shift upwards like second, third. So all right, we're going to get underneath the truck here in a minute. I just recently swapped this over from a 4-speed transmission to a turbo 400, and I need to recalibrate the governor a little bit, so I'm going to show you where it is and how to remove it. But first, you're going to be jacking up the back of the vehicle. Most of you are going to be doing this at home, I'm assuming, and you need to jack up the back of the vehicle, and what that does is allows transmission fluid to roll forward in the pan to keep you from spilling so much fluid out onto the ground, making a mess. So chalk your front wheels before you jack it up. Be safe. Then once we get underneath the vehicle, you'll see I've put jack stands underneath the axle, the rear axle, and also left the jack in the center. All right, so all you should need to do this job is a catch pan to catch a little bit of fluid, and a 3/8 drive ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket. I've already loosened my bolts when I got the idea to make this video. I haven't removed the cover yet, but let me go get something. I need a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Go get a screwdriver. Bear with me, guys. We're almost ready to remove it out. All right. Lay on the floor sucks. Doing this on the floor is so fun. Okay. Now, this is a fresh transmission. And right, I'm trying to get my hand in here. Right there is your governor cover on a turbo 400. It's located on the passenger side of the transmission towards the rear. See, if you look right there, hold on, see your drive shaft yoke, transmission mount, governor. All right, so we're going to so I'm going to remove these and try to hold the phone at the same time. Let me see if I can set the phone up here. No, just bear with me, guys. It's going to be a little shaky. Whew. Anyway, how cold is it where you're at? We're down in the teens. I think we're up to 20 right now. And it's about 9:30, 10:30, about 10:30 Sunday morning, January. Whew. So you want to remove these 4 bolts. Like I said, you're going to lose a little bit of fluid. Hang on. Yep, you're going to lose a little bit of fluid, but that's okay. Chances are you're probably slightly overfilled on fluid anyway, but you should still check it after you. What is wrong with this bolt? Oh, I didn't want to make this a long video, guys, but I can only work as fast. I'm at an awkward angle here. almost. Stay with me, guys. We're almost there. You're going to go through this yourself. All right. All right. Yeah, we got all 4 bolts removed. Now take your screwdriver. Come in from the bottom. There you go. And right there is your governor. That is your governor. And you see we're losing some fluid here. Let me get the cover out of the catch basin. Okay. All right, I forgot my rag, but it doesn't matter now. This thing's gonna rotate as it comes out. See? And you're gonna lose some fluid. And there's your governor. Okay. Now you're doing this because the transmission won't shift out of low gear, first gear, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So let's go out to the workbench and I'll show you how to disassemble the governor, or what to check for first, and then to take it apart, how to take it apart. Which I'll show you that in my other videos, Mark Governor, in my playlist, Turbo 350. All right, so, okay. All right. Yep, this one's stuck. All right. It's hard to see. Let me get a pick here and show you what I'm talking about. I got to put you down for a second. I got to wipe my hands off. Now watch this video in its entirety. Don't watch it to the part where I show you how to take it out and then think you got it figured out. No, it's not the case. You don't have it figured out. So, if you look right and follow my pick, if you look right there in that little slot, you're going to see there's a valve in there. Okay, it runs all the way from the gear all the way. This valve has, so some people call it a spool valve. However, one thing you want to check for is you want to make sure your gear is good. Some of them will wear out in the center, make it look like the gear will look like an apple core. You want to make sure your teeth are not sharp, cracked, or broken. After all, that's just a nylon plastic gear. Okay. Alright, that's just a mark. I was counting the teeth. I don't know. Anyway. So, now, if you look, now how you make that valve inside there open, move. Let me spin it around. Is you take the weights and you open them. Okay, open them, close them. Now when you do that, that valve in there should move up and down. Hear that squishing noise? All right, so the valve's moving. It was slightly stuck, which is what I wanted to show you. And what I'm doing to this one is right down inside there is a spring. You've got one on each side. I'm going to change them to recalibrate the shift RPM in the transmission. It's close, but when the shifter's in drive, it's close, but we need to get a little closer, so I'm going to fine tune it by changing out the springs. So the next thing you'll want to do is, even though that valve's moving up and down in the bore like it's supposed to, you're not done yet. Don't assume that this governor is going to work and your transmission is going to shift. Next thing you do is you'll need to take a punch and press out that pin right there, that roll pin. Just knock it completely out so you can remove the gear. It might be a little, once you remove the pin, it might be a little hard to get the gear out, but just be patient. It'll eventually come out. Don't pry it. Unless you have to replace it, then who cares if you break it. But if you're reusing it, and the only reason you're taking it apart is to clean this valve, then be careful. Don't pry this. Just take your hand and kind of twist it out. All right. I'll be right back.